welcome to another episode of the Six Figure Vet Podcast, where we showcase the success stories of Black and Brown veterans who have successfully unlaced the boots. Now, this episode is all about setting yourself up to dominate the year ahead. Okay, so I know all about the New Year's resolutions and all the woulda, shoulda, couldas of reflecting of last year. We can't just roll into 2025 with vibes and no vision. Okay, it's time to map out the blueprint for your success, whether you're building a career, starting a business, or just trying to elevate in general. We're talking about SMART goals, time management, and how to stay consistent. Yes, the word consistent when life gets messy, because you already know life be life and it's going to throw you some curveballs. So grab a notebook, a pen, some tea, or some wine, and let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, the first thing we need to do, child, is reflect. Yes, we need to look back over 2024. You can either do this at the beginning of your goal setting, or you could do this at the end, or you could really do it at both. But you need to look back over 2024 and evaluate your year, reflecting on last year's wins and lessons, because there's never a loss. It's like running an after action review, basically what needs tweaking. And we also want to evaluate your wins, because let me tell you what your wins are. They're receipts. Yes, your wins for 2024 are your receipts that you are capable, that you set goals, you reach them, you crush them, and that you can prove to yourself that you can do it again. So it is vital that you go back and look at all your dubs for 2024. Now let's get to the lessons. We're not going to call them losses. We're going to get to the lessons. Don't shy away from them. Every L is not a loss. It's a lesson. Okay. Maybe you procrastinated too much. You didn't stick to a budget. You indulged in too many big back activities, or you could have just let fear hold you back on some stuff. Cool. Acknowledge it. Take notes. Pivot. This reflection is how you build strategy and stop repeating cycles that don't serve you or serve your goals or the person that you're trying to create. Okay? Think of it like this. Your past is the blueprint. Use it to build something even stronger this year. Take the wins, the lessons, and the visions, and start plotting how to level up. Forward motion starts with reflection, okay? So in order for you to move forward, you have to reflect on the past and take inventory of what didn't work. So don't skip this step, even if you feel like you didn't get a lot accomplished. Don't skip it. This is not a time to beat yourself up. Okay, if you feel like you didn't get a lot accomplished, if you didn't meet certain goals that you were set out to achieve in 2024, it's not the time to beat yourself up. You are simply there taking inventory of what needs to stay and what needs to go for 2025. So be easy. Okay, boom. So now that we have created, we've reflected, rather, I should say, now that we've reflected on 2024, we've taken notes of what worked for us, what didn't, maybe some goals that we're carrying over into 2024. It's time to list out our goals and prioritize the goals. So I like to break down my goals into sections. So it might be business, personal, school, financials, and whatever you decide to do, right? So mine are my business, my money, school, personal development, and then my spiritual goals, right? And then I have like a little bucket list of things that I want to actually achieve. So everything falling under business is going to be how many people I bring on the podcast, the things that I want to achieve in my business, how many interviews I want to do, whether I want to be monetized. Those are my big goals, right? So I start like, okay, I want to get 10,000 downloads. I want to reach 1 million people, on my social media platforms, or, connect with X amount of veterans this year. So if my goal is to record 50 podcast episodes, that's my goal for my business. My money is anything related to money. Okay. And that, I know that could be kind of broad, but if I want to save a certain amount, if I want to invest a certain amount, if I want to invest in something different, that's going to be my money goals for the year. Pay off debt, that's included in money. Like, okay, I have X amount of debt that I want to pay off. This is a goal of mine. School, I'm in school because, your girl's going to be a therapist. So I use school. Like, okay, my internships, graduating, getting into school, trainings, all of that is anything educational. And that could include courses as well. So next year, for example, I plan on taking a some type of course, blueprint course, to show me how to scale my business. May take a grant writing course. That'll be under school. And then my personal development would be like how many books I want to read for the year. Figure out the categories that you want your goals to go in. And I personally would create 2 to 3 major goals for each category. That's it. Okay, that is it. Don't overload yourself. A part of setting goals for the new year that I think people overextend themselves at is setting unrealistic goals. Like, can you actually achieve this? And that's not to like doubt yourself, okay? Don't doubt me, be about me, baby. But it's not about overachieving. It's about hitting your marks. Okay, a lot of times when people have these outlandish, and I don't want to call them outlandish because your dreams are supposed to scare you, but you want to make sure. I feel like dreams are long-term goals. That's what a dream is. It is my dream to be a 7-figure podcast host, right? I know that that's probably not going to happen next year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break my dreams down into goals, and then dreams to goals to plans. Then I'm going to plan out my goals. I'm going to figure out how to plan out my goals. Bam. Let's stop right there. Pause. Pause. This is where I want you guys to, this is the next section. So, how you plan out your goals for the year. You use SMART goals. And I know we talk about SMART goals a lot, but some people don't know what they are. Some people don't know how to implement them. So we're going to go over SMART goals. Okay, so boom. What is a SMART goal? SMART goals is something that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bounds. Okay? But this is the kicker. This is the kicker. This is the T, baby. This is a T. Those goals need to align with your purpose. Okay? So in the reflection phase, it is extremely important to get clear about your purpose. Okay, it is extremely important to know your why behind the reasoning you're doing the things that you want to do. Why do you want to pay off debt? Is it because you want to become financially free so you don't feel like you're in a rat race living paycheck to paycheck, because you want to spend more time with your family? Why do you want to start this podcast? Is it because you have a real passion for Black veterans? Clock that T. Why do you want to start? What is it about this goal that is connecting to like the fire that's inside of you? Because that's what your purpose is. Your purpose is the fire that's inside of you. So making sure that each of your SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals align with your purpose. Okay? But this is also something. SMART goals hit different when you break them down the right way. Okay? You can't just say, I want to get my money up, or I'm trying to level up this year, and expect magic to happen. No, you have to be specific with it. Know exactly what you're trying to do. Then make it measurable so you can track your wins along the way, because progress is motivation. You got to celebrate the little wins. You have this big goal of reaching 10,000 followers or 10,000 downloads or $10,000, it's important for you to celebrate every $1,000 because that goal post seems really far and it starts to feel unachievable. So you have to break them down, and keep it achievable. Like, don't be out here setting yourself up for failure. Like I said, make it real, but make it a stretch. So if your goals should make you kind of uncomfortable. Like they should require a tad bit of sacrifice. If we're just going to be completely transparent, your goals should require a tad bit of sacrifice. Yeah. And because it aligns with your purpose, it might not feel like sacrifice. It might feel like, okay, I'm giving up this because I really want to do that, right? But you definitely want to make them realistic. Like, if you've never saved $1 in your life, I don't think saving $50,000 when you make $65,000 a year is a good goal to set. But hey, maybe you make $65,000 a year and you want to save $5,000 to $10,000. Okay, maybe you want to lose 30 or 40 pounds. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you want to lose 80 pounds. Maybe you want to, whatever your goal is, make it achievable for you. You know your limits. You know how hard your work ethic is. You know how far you will go. So you need to place your goals on that scale. Okay, because if you don't, then you're not going to hit your milestones and you're not going to achieve your goal. And then you're going to reflect at the end of the year, because I'm going to be back in 2025, Lord's will, December, being like, hey, sis, so how do we do? Right? And then you're going to be like, girl, I don't want to talk about it. But so make your goals achievable. Most definitely. Okay, lastly, slap a deadline on it. You need to set a deadline for your goals. Your goals don't need to just be like, I'm going to reach 10,000. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No, I'm going to do this by when? By when, Sway? Sway. When are you going to have it done? I need a date. I need a date and a time, actually. Is it going to be at midnight? Is it going to be at 3 p.m.? Okay. First quarter? What day in the first quarter? Is it the beginning of the end of the first quarter? We need to get it specific, like I said, smart, specific. Okay. Smart and time go together. You need to put a time limit on it. How long are you giving yourself? Literally, that's how this podcast got started last year. This year, 2024, I said I'm going to launch my first episode by Black History Month. So figure out the logistics, but you need to have the episode out by February 1st. So that means I needed to make sure that I was on all platforms. I needed to make sure that I had a trailer that was out to introduce the podcast. I needed to make sure that I was doing some type of promo before February 1st. So then I had to set other small goals and other small tasks to make sure that my February 1st deadline was met, right? I had to do that. Then I said, okay, well, I want to hit 20 episodes by my first season. I'm a one-man band. So I need to make sure I'm doing X, Y, and Z episodes per month. I need to make sure that I'm recording X amount of episodes per week. So just in case I need some space or some leeway time, I got it there, right? That's how you set yourself up. But definitely slap a deadline on it. And for real, setting SMART goals is how you make sure you're not just busy, but productive. We are out here trying to build legacies and not just like vibes, okay? Vibes is cool, but vibes don't pay the bills. Vibes don't elevate you, So get your plan tight and watch how 2025 becomes your breakout year. So let's break down a real example of what a SMART goal is. You're trying to get your bag up this year. Instead of saying, I want to save money, flip it into a SMART goal. I'm saving $6,000 by the end of 2025 by putting away $500 a month, and I'll cut back on eating out, use my VA benefits to cover healthcare, and start a side hustle to make extra income just in case, the economy starts getting even ghettoer. This money is going straight into my emergency account. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going to set up an allotment, and that's just what it's going to be, right? So that goal, by setting it by December 31st. So that goal is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and you have a time on it. Okay? Okay. That's how you move with intention and make things happen. Write them down. Okay? Create a schedule. If you need to check in on your goals once a week or once a month, do that. Some form of accountability to make sure you stay on task and schedule with these goals. Speaking of schedules, okay, so now that we've broken down how SMART goals are and how to apply them, we need to talk about your time management. Yes, you need to feel attacked because I also too feel attacked. I'm going to just give it to you straight. Okay? If you don't run your day is going to run you. You ever had one of those days where it's just like, dang, where did the time go? Yeah, you were mismanaging it. That's where it went. You mismanage your time for the day. So, first off, you have to prioritize. Not everything on your plate needs to get done right now, And for my girlies and boys with ADHD, honey, I know this is a struggle. I feel you. You are seen here. But you have to prioritizing your day, prioritizing your tasks, prioritizing what helps you achieve your deadlines is how you stay ahead. All right. Start with the heavy hitters, the stuff that actually is going to move you closer to your goals. Use a system like time blocking, which means you set specific hours for tasks and stick to it like it's a formation schedule. Eat the frog. That's what I'm telling you to do. Eat the frog. So what eat the frog means is doing the task that you're dreading first. And that task could be very small. It could be cleaning out your closet to prepare for your prayer closet. It could be setting up your budget and going through your finances. Right? These are things that we dread, but if you time block, which means, okay, for 2 hours, I'm going to cut off all distractions. I'm going to turn off my cell phone. And for 2 straight hours, I'm going to set an alarm. And for 2 straight hours, this is all I'm going to do. That's all you do. And you work at the task at hand. Okay? So, like I said, eat the frog. That's doing the stuff that you just don't want to do. It's a task, for me, it's a task I feel the very least confident in. Like, if it's something I don't know how to do, but I know that I can learn it, or I know that I could eventually grasp it, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that task. I don't. I've been dreading doing a pitch deck and my grant proposal. I've been dreading it. I know that I'm capable. Me and ChatGPT, baby, we could do anything we put our minds to. But I've been dreading it. I've been dreading it like the plague. So that is going to be the first thing on my to-do list for 2025. Okay? So you have to eat the frog. Some people like to do the easier tasks first because it kind of builds confidence. Like, oh, okay, I know I can get these done real quick. It'll build my confidence up, and then I'll eat the frog. Whatever you choose to do, okay? Just do it. Okay? Okay. Next, cut the distractions. Turn off the notifications. Put your phone on do not disturb. Stop scrolling when you know you need to be working. Treat your goals like they are the mission. You wouldn't ignore a briefing or a task given by a supervisor or employer. So don't ignore the time that you set aside for yourself. Like, you are important, and so are your own goals. And here's the real cheat code: consistency over perfection. You don't need to do it all in one day. Sway. Just keep showing up daily. Even if you only got 30 minutes, use it wisely. I know that we are parents. I know that we are husbands. I know that we are wives and girlfriends and college students and actively deployed. I get it. I get it. So even if it's just 30 minutes a day of you reading that self-help book, even if it's just 20 minutes a week of you looking through your bank statement saying, okay, I spent money here, here, and here, make it count. Okay. Nobody starts perfect. And I know that's like so cliche, but Jesus even said, come as you are, and he will make you perfect later. Oh, that's a word. Amen. Okay, amen. Lastly, reward yourself when you finish what you set out to do. It could be as simple as a chill night, okay, or your favorite snack. Just make sure that you're putting in the work first, okay? You play later, work now, play later. I said that backwards, but you caught my drift. But yes, like set up a reward system with yourself. And it doesn't have to be like super expensive. I know last year when I started incorporating the reward systems into my goal planning, it was a super game changer. If I paid off something major, I would go on vacation. If I worked out so many times, I would treat myself to new gym clothes. And y'all, you will begin to look forward to your rewards. Like, humans love gratification. We love gratification. I'm sorry. And especially if those goals aren't time bound, like you're not saying, oh, if I do this for X amount of time, then I'll get that. Like, say you say, okay, if I'm able to achieve this goal, if I'm able to run this distance, I will treat myself to that. That goal is all depends. That's work ethic goal. That all depends on how hard you work. So set up the reward system in your life. Okay. Set up a reward system that you look forward to. Whatever it is. And like I said, it doesn't have to be expensive. It could be, if I complete 5 tasks by Wednesday, I can chill. If I automate 12 posts for next week, I can chill. I can do whatever I want to do. If I knock out all 3 of my assignments, I can take myself out to eat. Set up a reward system and watch how you start crushing your goals, because like I said, humans love rewards. We love gratification. Okay. Monies. Okay, so going into the new year, budgeting is just a thing. All right, it's just included in the whole New Year's resolution. I want to save more money. I want to budget. I want to make more money. It's just always a thing in New Year's resolution. So of course I'm going to talk about it, but I want to remind you, as I've been doing this whole episode, to be realistic about your goals in 2025, and that includes your money. So first things first, sit down and figure out what you want your money to do for you, whether it's stacking it for an emergency fund, paying off debt, or starting the business that you've dreamed about. Your financial goals need to have a purpose. Okay. So if your financial goal is to save money, what are you saving for? Are you saying, okay, I'm saving to move, I'm saving for a vacation, I'm saving to invest it, I'm saving for a rainy day, and this is the amount that I want saved for that rainy day, and then define what a rainy day is. So just in case something pops up, you're not just like, oh, okay, well, this could be a rainy day. Like, no, be as specific as possible. But your money needs to have purpose. Just like you have purpose, your money needs to have purpose. Even if it's not like all investing. I know on social media, people be trying to be like, oh, your money, make your money work for you. Baby, I'm barely working for the money right now. Okay. I'm barely making ends meet. So how that work out, Sway? Start small. So if sometimes we just need to assign it a task. Okay. Sometimes we just need to assign our money a task. So you gonna be $500 out my paycheck is gonna be for paying off this credit card. Okay. That's what you got. That's your job money. Okay, Mr. Franklin, your job is paying off this debt. Your job over here, okay, is saving $1,000 for my emergency fund. Okay, I need at least $1,000 saved. Okay, I want to have 1 month's salary saved in 6 months. Just in case this job pissed me off, I know that I at least got a month to figure it out. Okay, so give your money a job. Yes, later on when you become, you know, more self-sufficient or you become more financially stable, yes, get into making your money work for you. Yes, figure out different things to invest in and different things that you could be doing to grow your income. But if you are like many other Americans in the United States, start by giving your money a job. And maybe that job doesn't include it making more. Sometimes it includes decreasing your debt, and that's okay. That is okay. I hate when people try to make it seem like that if you're not investing in stocks and dividends, then you is behind, or that you ain't got nothing going on, or you are a failure. That's not true, baby. We are in a recession. Don't let these people fool you. Most people don't have $1,000 saved. So start small. Okay, now once you have your money goals, it's time to break them down. Say, and this goes back to the SMART goals, guys. Every goal, every category, we put these goals into SMART goals. So say you have a goal of saving $10,000 by the end of 2025, right? That's about $833 a month. Look at your current income and your expenses. And $830 a month, it sounds like another bill. It sounds expensive. But side hustles are a real thing that make real money. Cutting back is a real thing. I literally just cut out $120 a month, which is $1,200 a year, over $1,200 a year, with simply eliminating subscriptions. I was paying like $280 a month in subscriptions. That is diabolical. Somebody get Apple on the phone because I need a lawyer. Okay. But going through my income, going through my budget and seeing my budget in 2025, where I thought I needed BT Plus, Amazon Prime, ad free, Netflix, Pandora. I thought I needed all of them. And I said, ooh, girl, you was too bougie and rich for my blood for somebody that's supposed to be saving money. So let's see where we can cut back. So cutting back. Maybe less Uber Eats. I cut DoorDash out. I said, baby, if you really want DoorDash, you don't need a Dash Pass. Are you gonna be willing to pay an extra $5 for delivery or extra $13 in taxes because you ain't got the Dash Pass? And if you that hungry, you deserve it. You deserve it. But you need to stop eating out anyways. So yeah, so we're gonna cut that expense. Small sacrifices now lead to big wins later when it comes to budgeting. Keep it simple. Use apps like Mint or EveryDollar to track your spending, or go old school with the spreadsheet. I personally like using Google Sheets. If you're trying to save money, you probably don't want to be paying extra money for like apps and stuff. And I totally get it. So I use Google Sheets. I created the Google Sheets document, like spreadsheet, and then I actually bought it off of Etsy. No, I take that back. I bought a budget planner Google spreadsheet off of Etsy, and I downloaded Google Sheets on my phone. So once a week I go through and I do my budget. I see how much money I spend. I see where I went over at, and then I have it on my phone. So every time I make a purchase, baby, I'm on my phone updating my sheet so I can know for a Fendi fact where my money is going. If I buy toothpaste, if I buy some toothpaste, I'm marking it down. I know that sounds like a little extreme or a little excessive, but not knowing where your money has went to at the end of the year is depressing. Okay. So give every dollar a destination. Okay, so let's talk about networking because your network really is your net worth. And as a veteran, you already got a built in community of people who've been where you've been and are willing to help you. Okay. You already got people that know what you're going through and have been in a place where they are successfully unlacing the boots and they're willing to help. So don't sleep on that. Your veteran network is full of folks. When I say full of folks who can help you open doors, but you got to be willing to reach out. First, get active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is that girl, that girl, that girl. Okay. Update your profile, highlight your military experience, and let people know what you're about, where you are, and what you're doing. Okay. What value do you provide? What do you like to do? If it's just, hey, I'm a veteran in this area and I would love to network with other veterans and build a community, post that on LinkedIn. Post that. And I promise you're going to get likes and all this other stuff, but you have to be active. LinkedIn is Facebook's bougie auntie that went to Howard. Okay. She went to Howard. Or she went to PV over TSU. Anyways, yes, okay, that's who LinkedIn is. So you need to get on there, act like you done been somewhere before, sit down, and start mingling with the people. All right. There are a lot of spaces designated to connect for vets on, in every industry on LinkedIn, in groups, by commenting on posts. Just don't be afraid to slide into somebody's DMs with a purpose. I have connected with a lot of great people on LinkedIn by sliding into the DMs. Even on Instagram, okay? Every guest on here, you can ask them, baby, I'm going to slide to the right. All right. Second, hit up veteran events in your area, whether it's career fairs, mixers, workshops. These are golden opportunities to meet people who can put you on game and even refer you for opportunities. We just had a veteran come on here. Shout out to the Flying Dutchman, Dutch. So he literally said like he was sitting next to some veterans or talking about like the IT field and somebody put him on. So it's literally like putting yourself out. But just be ready to talk about your goals and what you bring to the table. And lastly, don't forget to give back. Networking is a two-way street. Offer to mentor younger veterans, even if they might not be younger than you by age. They might have just gotten out or transitioning out. So be sure to share the knowledge and spread the knowledge and the wealth as you come in contact with other veterans, because it naturally builds trust and creates stronger connections. And my good sis Treasure Owen, shout out to Chicago's favorite vet in the Windy City, is hosting a Black Expo this summer. And the Six Figure Vet might be having something under her sleeve. So be on the lookout for different mixers, especially those that are concentrated on Black veterans. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about personal goals for self-development and mental health in 2025. Because let's be real, if you're not taking care of you, nothing else is going to fall into place. First thing, sit down and get honest with yourself. What areas of your life need attention? When you are setting goals, if you haven't noticed, if you're setting goals or like really sitting down and being intentional, it's a lot of self-reflection. It's a lot of self-reflection. So you have to be honest. If you're not comfortable being honest with somebody else, do it by yourself. Maybe a vision board party ain't for you, sis. But you need to be in a space where you can be honest. What areas do you need attention in? Maybe you need to learn how to set some boundaries. Maybe no, it's not your strong suit. Maybe you need to get better at that. Maybe you need to get better at managing your stress. Hello, somebody. Y'all ain't got quiet. Hello? Hello? Okay. Managing your stress or finally making therapy a priority. I know that you have all these other vices, but your best friends and your cousins, they're not licensed professionals. You might need therapy, especially if you might be suffering from ADHD, PTSD, anxiety, and all these other things. Okay. So maybe prioritizing your mental health, whatever it is, name it, claim it. Next step, set the goals. You already knew I was going. That actually makes sense for your life. Don't just say, I want to be happier. I'm trying to heal. I'm on my healing journey in 2025. That's the vibe, okay? You get an E for effort there, but it's not a plan. Instead, break it down into actionable steps. For example, I'm going to schedule therapy, okay, at least twice a month. I'm going to take 10 minutes every morning to meditate and pray. I'm going to write down a morning routine that I stick to no matter what. I'm going to write down a nightly routine that I stick to no matter what. I'm going to read at least one book a month. Write down the 12 books of that year that you want to read. Okay, so January 1st come, you not just like, let me go to Barnes and Noble and find something. No, write down your goals. Write down, okay, if you want to switch it up, first quarter you read self-help, second quarter you read romance novels, third quarter you read urban novels, and then the last quarter you read all Christian books. And then pick out 3 or 4 of each genre that you like. Make your goals extremely specific and easy to reach. Okay? Journaling, exercising, unplugging from social media. Build the routine that fits your life. Okay? Not somebody else's Instagram highlight reel or somebody's TikTok recommendation. If it works for them, great. If you could take a couple pieces out of it and work for you, even better. But just make sure that your personal development goals are aligned to what you need, okay? And lastly, give yourself grace. Healing and growth take time, and there will be days when you slip up and feel stuck and sit in the bed all day and be a big bag. And that's all right, big bag. Big bag. It's okay. Okay? Celebrate the small wins. Keep moving forward. That's the whole purpose. Your mental health and self development are investments in your future, and you are worth every bit of it. Period. 2025 is the year where we stop pouring from an empty cup and start prioritizing our peace. Okay, so before I let y'all go, I have 2 recommendations of books that if you're a reader, you know what I'm saying, check them out. If you're not a reader, listen to them on Audible, all right? Because if you're listening to this podcast, you probably got a little But the first book is going to be Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book helps you build really great habits and also like demolish the bad ones. You know, it's a really great read. I feel like this book is a life changer. This book is a life changer, especially if you're really trying to see real growth, real improvement, because the person you want to be lies within your habits. It lies within the person and the routines that you have and the things that you choose to do on a day-to-day basis. So this book kind of helps you discover that, realize that, and then shows you how to build better habits while, kind of breaking up the bad ones. And the next book that I want to mention is the 12-week year. And this is by Brian P. Morgan and Michael Lennington. This book here, I know you probably see a lot of people like read this or mention these books, both of them, but these are really good. A lot of times when you fall off or you hit like whatever, you feeling like, I'm too late, it's too much of a struggle, or you sometimes give yourself too much time to achieve your goals. This book shows you how to really make the most out of your time and really knock those goals out. So we have Atomic Habits, and then we have the 12-week year. Okay, these are 2 recommendations that I really think that you should either read or listen to going into 2025 to really shake things up in your life. But I hope this podcast has helped you tremendously. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been another successful episode of the 6-Figure Vet Podcast. Your favorite 6-figure veteran is
Hey y'all, it's a Six Figure Vet here. If you or any other active duty service member or veteran that you know is suffering with suicidal ideation, substance use, or mental health disorders, please tell them to call 988. The number is 988. They're trained crisis responders waiting to take their calls. You don't have to suffer in silence.